Now, Richard, you say in these lessons that you're not trying to convince people to align themselves with your particular tradition, but I'm not sure I believe you on that.
Well, that's fair enough. Okay, let's go ahead and say it, because we talk about this in the lesson, and I don't like to sort of bring myself like that to a lesson like this, but I think it's often helpful to do that, just to go ahead and say it. There's a sense in which what you're saying is true. I am trying to present what my branch of the church believes, my branch of the Protestant church believes about certain things, because I think it has value to be considered by others. But what I'm not doing, and this is what makes it a little bit different, is I'm not trying to hide that. I'm trying to say, take a look at this. If you are a part of this piece of the church, then you already know this probably. You probably already feel at home in it, and so that's okay. Remember, we're talking about things like the emphasis of theology, and we're talking about the cultural dimensions of Christianity, things like that, that sort of create a tradition that I'm a part of. And what I'm saying to people that are outside of that is not become like me. The very last thing I want the body of Christ to do is to become like me. I mean, that would be my last hope. I remember a student many years ago saying to me, I'm sure you're so proud of your daughter when she grows up, because she'll be just like you, and then she'll be able to go even further than you. And I looked at him and said, the last thing I want is for my daughter to be like me. I know what my problems are. I want her to have her own problems. And I would say that about every student I've ever taught, or every denomination. Do I think that I want all denominations in the body of Christ to look like mine? Boy, that would be boring for one thing, but besides that, it would not even be a good thing. And so I'm convinced that the way we deal with this between one branch of the church and another is to be upfront about it and say, now look, the way I'm summarizing this teaching of the Bible is the way my church does it. And this is my theological perspective, and I realize it's not equal to the Bible, but now let me just give you my package, and then you look at it. And if it helps you, great. If it doesn't, then okay, get rid of it or take pieces of it. And I would hope someone else would do the same thing to me. I happen to be the main teacher here in this particular lesson, and so it's important for me to go ahead and just be upfront with it. I really am not trying to convince anyone to become like me. My goal is much more basic than that, much more general Protestant than that. I would say I'm trying to convince people to affirm general Christian Protestant religion and theology. That I could say very plainly, but not in terms of my own particular branch.